Hey guys. Huge thank you to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video. Today I thought I would show you all the plants I keep in my bedroom. Finally, a lot of people requested. Oh, I'm bleeding. Hang on. Today I thought I would show you my bedroom houseplant collection. A few plants have changed here and there and they probably will continue to. I don't know, it's fun to move plants around. Is anybody else like that? When I'm bored, I like move my plants everywhere. Anyone else? Before we get into all of that, huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video. Helix is a premium mattress in a box company that makes mattresses to fit your unique needs and preferences based on your own body type and sleep style. How it works is you go online and fill out the Helix Sleep Quiz, which talks about things like your preferred bed size, sleep position, mattress firmness, and a few other things as well. Based on my own results from that quiz, Helix matched me with their Midnight Luxe mattress. Especially having a baby in the household now that we're having to wake up with, the time we are able to spend sleeping through the night, it's really important that we get good quality, comfortable sleep. We definitely are getting that with our Helix mattress. Ryan. I'm personally a side sleeper and my husband is a back sleeper.
I'm not actually that deep of a sleeper, even though Harley might think I am when the baby's crying at night. When we first got married, Harley and I bought a $300 mattress. So we slept on this $300 mattress for like, I don't know, the last 5 years or something. Fortunately, we got this mattress. This is the best thing I've ever slept on.
So you like it?
The mattress?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I really like it. I'm not gonna lie. We should have gotten a new mattress like years ago.
We are both extremely happy with this mattress. For the last few weeks now, we've been making little comments here and there about how much better we've been sleeping. With your Helix Sleep mattress, you get a 100-night sleep trial along with a 10-year warranty, which is really cool. And the best part is Helix actually delivers their mattresses right to your door with free shipping within the US. The mattress comes rolled up in a box and is super easy to get set up. Click on the link below or go to helixsleep.com/HarleyG for up to $200 off your Helix Sleep mattress plus 2 free pillows. And again, that link will also be in the description box. Thank you so much, Helix Sleep, for sponsoring this video. With all of that being said, let's get into my bedroom houseplant collection. Let's go. Okay, so here is the view of the room when you first walk in. This is everything you see. This is my room. Oh, the light's not that bad in this corner. This is my room. And I love it so much. I think it looks pretty good. It's not as planty as it has been in the past, but don't you worry. With this shelf, I'm gonna add some things into it and it's gonna be so planty. So planty. It's gonna be nice. A bedroom, a dog. Usually there's 2 dogs here. And a bunch of plants. I guess starting you off over here on this little bookcase thingy, I have a variegated peace lily. I think it's a Domino. I could be wrong about that. A friend sent this to me, so thank you so much, Stacy. Lipstick and Leaves. That was so nice of you and I really appreciate it. I've been wanting one of these for a long time. There's just something about this leaf texture. It's so bumpy, so cool and mottled. Oh, I love it. I love it. Ooh, I love it. And I do just have this in a little wicker basket. This is waterproof. It's lined with this plastic stuff inside, and I just sat the nursery pot inside of this one so I can add water to the wicker pot as needed, and the plant can absorb what it needs, nothing more, nothing less. And it's just a lot easier to manage, and I don't have to worry about getting water on the bookcase that way. And I really like the way it looks in there, and it fits pretty well in this spot, I think. And then right next to that, I have my Scindapsus Pictus Exotica, which is one of my all-time top favorite plants. I think this plant is just beautiful. The biggest thing to mention about this one, I feel like, is the fact that you can let it climb or you can let it just hang like I do. And even when you let it hang, the foliage gets quite big. So it does really well as a hanging plant, whereas a lot of other hanging plants, if you let them hang instead of climb, the new leaves come in quite small. So that is definitely something to be said about this variety of Scindapsus. Yeah, that is one of my favorite things about it. And I just love the contrast on the leaves. When you get just the right amount of light, these silvery parts really glow, which is really beautiful. And it does well in a lot of different lighting. Highly recommend getting one of these if you're able to get your hands on one. If one pops up into your life, don't say no to it. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. The one thing I will say care-wise about this is only water it if you start to notice the leaves curling a bit, not even just 1 or 2 leaves, maybe like half the plant, then you can go ahead and water it. But they are a little bit more prone to root rot, so just be wary of that if you decide to pick one up. Look at this almost all silver one, that's so cool. And then as far as the pot goes, the top of it is a black ceramic with this cool texture, and then it's on like a pedestal thing that's made out of wood. And I really, really like it. I think it looks really nice together. Moving over this way, I have my Monstera Peru, which again is one of my favorites. I keep a lot of my favorite plants in this room because I like to be able to see them a lot. And I do spend a lot of time in here. Growing like crazy, doing its thing. Has a really beautiful texture on the leaves. I have a thing for textured plants. Ooh, the bumpier the better. New leaves come in a brighter, like lime-ish green like this, and then over time as they age they get darker and darker, which is really, really cool. Some of these leaves are pretty dark green, and it is just lovely. I do have it in a terracotta pot on a drainage saucer, a plastic drainage saucer. These ones are my favorite. I get them in packs of, I think, 16 off Amazon. I will link them down below. I like them because they are a lot thicker than a lot of other plastic saucers I've tried in the past. And I just keep this in a black wicker plant stand, which I think is really cute. I kind of like the terracotta poking through this. I don't know, it just adds a little something. It would also look cool with a black one. And then I also recently added, well, not recently, a few months ago, I guess, added this moss pole. I think it's so cute. I love how it has the little colors in it. I've never seen anything like this before, and she wrapped it in fairy lights, which I think is so fun. If you're not looking to purchase one of these right now and you're more of a DIYer, one of my good friends, Heather from Heather Hoyas, will be putting out a tutorial on how to make these. So, oh my goodness, I love this plant. It just sits next to this, I think this is called the Mills bow, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, IKEA shelf. I am going to be doing a video with this, so stay tuned. I'm really excited for it. I think it's gonna go up soon because I am so excited. But yeah, that's gonna look so nice. It'll also be full of plants, of course, you know me. So I will be adding some plants into that, stay tuned. Here we have a north-facing window. Hi, it's me editing. I would like to pop in and say, please don't leave me mean comments about my yard. I get them a lot. It's not as easy as slapping down some grass, and I don't even know if I want grass. Uses lots of water and is pretty high maintenance. So yeah, please don't leave me mean comments and watch the video all the way through to the end. Okay, bye. It is quite big. I guess we'll start down here. So this is my Rhaphidophora Decursiva, one of my all-time favorite plants. This is an immature version. Well, it's on its way there. It is so beautiful in whatever stage you're able to snag one. This is actually 2 plants potted into one thing. Well, this is the most recent leaf it put out. Love it a lot. I just keep it in a very airy soil mixture. You can see there's like cocoa husk, leca balls, pumice, perlite, charcoal, a bit of sphagnum. Yeah, a little bit of everything, I guess. And I have it on a terracotta saucer. This actually isn't terracotta. I forget what it's called. If you know what this pot material is, it's like the same texture as terracotta, but I know it technically is something different. So if you know what it is, please let me know in the comments. And I just have it sitting on a surprise wicker basket flipped upside down as a little like side table, display table thingy. And I like the way it looks. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I personally really like this. And I got this for a few dollars at the thrift store like 3 years ago. I've used it in so many different places with so many different plants. And I don't think I've ever used it somewhere that I haven't absolutely loved it. So yeah, there's that. Moving you up to the curtain rod. I had Ryan put in a curtain rod, specifically not for curtains, although there are curtains here, for my plants. So on this one I have this gold planter. I get asked a lot where this came from. I got this from Ross, I think 2 years ago. So I'll try to find the exact ones, if not something similar, and link them down below. But I really like them. And in this one, in particular, I have my golden pothos. This is my smaller golden pothos. I do have a few, but this is the smallest one I own. But I do think it's so beautiful. It has a lot of really beautiful variegation on a lot of the leaves. I keep the plant in the nursery pot or in a pot with a drainage hole, and then I use the hanger, the plant hanger, as a cover pot. So any excess water just drips into this container and I can go ahead and dump it out if I need to, if it's like a finicky plant that, you know, is prone to root rot, or I can just leave the water in there and it'll suck it up over time. That's usually what I do with golden pothos. But so there's that one. Lighting is terrible. I have this Heartleaf Philodendron, just the regular green variety, and this is actually in a very similar gold pot, except this one I DIY'd. So I actually bought this chain on Amazon. It just has a hook up there and 3 hooks like this one. And I didn't do it. I had Ryan drill 3 holes into this aluminum bowl. You can find these pretty much anywhere though. Oh, this one actually is from Target, and he drilled 3 holes in them, evenly spaced apart, put the hooks in there and hung it up. It is really, really similar looking to these other gold ones I get asked about a lot. So if you're like on a budget or you're not able to find this one, that is a very, very great dupe for something like this. And on the other side of the window hanging, I have a Scindapsus, Pictus, Argyraeus. Ugh. In a larger size of that same gold pot that's on the other side of the window. I do like this Scindapsus variety and I'm happy I have it, but it's definitely not my favorite or really close to my top favorite Scindapsus variety. Although I do think it's really, really pretty. The leaves just tend to come in smaller and more spaced out. Even though it gets more light than my other varieties, it just, I don't know, it sends out these runners like crazy, skips leaves all the time. I definitely need to cut this back because some of these are getting crazy long. Reaches the floor almost, and there's like hardly any leaves on it. So it's really weird and awkward looking. I'm not a super, super fan, but you know what? I like it. I mean, I like this. I think this is cute. It's just the ends there where it doesn't really do anything. I don't know why. It's such a weird little plant. I do find this variety to be a little bit more finicky than some of my other ones that I have here. I do have quite a few Scindapsus varieties, and yeah, if you're looking for an easy one, this isn't the easiest, but it's definitely not the hardest either. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm making things complicated, I guess, but there's that one. Hang in there. So on the actual window sill, on the most far right, behind the curtain, I have my orchid. Here is the name of this particular orchid. I really love it. I think the blooms are just beautiful. Love them a lot. And I just have it in this little cover pot. It usually lives in this plastic one. I am going to repot this in my orchid video. A lot of you guys told me I needed to get this repotted right away in a bit of a bigger situation, and that the sphagnum was looking pretty compacted. So here soon, I'm definitely going to repot it. Probably once the blooms fall off, I'll go ahead and do that. Doing pretty well here. Likes the northern light, I suppose. Here in the middle of the windowsill, this is actually a vase my sister Morgan made in ceramics class back in college. I think it's so cute. I love the texture and the color. Does it have her initials on the bottom? It has an MH from Morgan Hall because she made this. And it is my favorite. Had this for a long time. And in it, I just have some global green pothos cuttings rooting in here. They are actually pretty well rooted. I could for sure go ahead and move them to soil, but I'm enjoying them here, so I'm gonna let them grow a bit longer here, as long as they can, and as long as I can keep them here with them still being happy. So this is a really pretty variety of pothos, although it's not as commonly talked about. I think it's maybe not talked about as much because it is a little bit more difficult to come by. And right over here in another cover pot is another Scindapsus variety. This is my Scindapsus Silver Lady. This is probably my second favorite, or no, probably my third, top 3. This is my third favorite Scindapsus variety that I personally own. I think it's so pretty. I know a lot of these Scindapsus varieties look very, very similar when you're looking at them one by one, but if you look at them all side by side, I swear to you, they look very, very different. So yeah, I love that this one comes off kind of blue almost. Like it has a tint of blue, which I love. This one is kind of doing the same thing as my Argyraeus and sending out runners left and right. So I've just been cutting them off and propagating them in a prop box. So that's what's probably going to happen here soon. Okay, so what I do for if the cover pot is a little bit too big for, or if the nursery pot I have my plants planted in. Most of them are in nursery pots. If it's a little bit too big for the cover pot, I go ahead and cut around the top where the pot is a bit too big for the cover pot, and then I just make sure to leave a little tab so I'm able to pull out the pot really easily if need be. Right next to that, I have this cute little propagation station, which I got for under $20 from Amazon. I'm extremely happy with it. I like it a lot. Goes well in my room, I think. Oh, there you go. There's a little bit of a better view. On this side, I have Monstera Peru cuttings in there. They're pretty well rooted. I could definitely cut them up, but I'm not going to yet. Probably here soon, I should. I don't know. We'll see. And next to that, I have Scindapsus, Pictus, Exotica, which also are pretty well rooted and could be potted up if I wanted to. But you know what? I like to put off potting as long as possible, so who knows? Yeah, there's those. Oh, and again, I will link this down below if you want to get one for yourself. I like it a lot. I'll probably get a few more. All right, so that's where I was just showing you the windowsill here, and just over here in the corner, up here on this like little marble table, side table, display table thingy, I have large Variegated Monstera. This is such a slow grower. I do not know why. Maybe because the leaves are so big, it's growing really slow, but it is sure beautiful. It is working. Let's see if I can show you without damaging the plant. You can see there it is working on putting out a new leaf, and it's gonna be really beautifully marbly variegated, which I am so excited about. This thing is putting out a lot of aerial root, and I don't know why it keeps shooting the aerial roots before putting out like another leaf, but you know what? I'm not gonna argue with it. It can do what it wants to do as long as it's gonna remain healthy, and there's hardly any browning on this plant, which I'm really happy about because there are pretty big like sections of white. I think this is the only little brown spot it has, or that I've noticed anyway. Can't complain there, I guess. And I really like this pot it's in. Just has a really cool like cracked texture, herringbone texture. It's white, has a little bit of a warm tone to it. And again, I have it in those thicker plastic saucers. I really like to highly recommend these. Really like them. So just below that, this was kind of like, it looked really empty. So I just decided to put my, what are you called? Scindapsus Satin Jade. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. This is my second favorite Scindapsus variety, although it grows very slowly. The foliage is just absolutely beautiful. So beautiful and satiny, hence the name. And it's just on this little stand, but the pot itself in the stand has a drainage hole, so I just keep this little decorative pot underneath it to catch any water that may drip out. So, and again, this is in a nursery pot inside of this pot. So there's that little thing I just showed you, and right next to that, okay, this is not my best work. So on the ground here, we have a wicker little cube shelf thing I got from IKEA. I'm not proud of it, but it is functioning as a side table and also a stand for this leadhead glass, a collaboration terrarium with Botanicas. Botanicas is my favorite place to buy terrarium plants, so I highly recommend the shop. It has this white wood down at the bottom, which I think is so pretty. And the shape is really cool. I like how it has the flat top, so you can put plants on top of it if you want to, or like, I don't know, a lot of different things. For me, it is doubling as my side table, so like I'll put my phone on there at night and also my water bottle. You know, this is a weird little stand. I'm asking Ryan to make me one, so we'll see what he comes up with. But for now, I guess this works. And yeah, so inside of here, we have some terrarium stuff. These are mostly rehab plants. So back here we have a jewel orchid. I'm not sure of the variety. I don't know jewel orchid varieties very well, so I'm so sorry. I don't know what that is. Please leave a comment down below if you know what variety it is. Again, I have no idea. And then this little stick twig thing is it's the Macodes Petola jewel orchid, I think is what it's called. And you can kind of see, I'll insert footage, but you can kind of see it's getting some new growth there. So I'm happy about it. I'm able to bring it back, which is very exciting. Next to that, I have a Begonia Chingipengii. I will say, if you order a terrarium plant online, chances are the plant was grown in a very ideal environment. And as much as we want our homes to be as ideal as possible, they aren't always. So if you order a plant online and it comes through the mail, don't be surprised if you get the plant, put it in its new little home you made for it. You moved some things out of the way for it. If it drops all of its leaves and looks like it completely dies out, especially begonia tend to do this in my experience, and I don't have a ton of experience with them. This is just in my limited experience of being obsessed with begonia since like June. It seems like they do die back, but then they grow back in, better acclimated to the new environment. So don't be alarmed if you get one and all the leaves drop. If you continue like caring for it, give it high humidity, odds are it's gonna grow back and be just fine and do a lot better in the new environment you have it for. Anyway, back to the plants. Here's a begonia that completely died back that I got from Mountain Orchids a while ago, and it's starting to grow back, which I'm very excited about. Here we have a Sonerila, I think is how you say it, that again completely died back. This one was 100% my mistake. I had it in an environment it really loved, and then I decided to move it, and it didn't love that. So now I moved it into here. It's been a slow process, but if you can see down at the bottom there, it's starting to put out some greens. So it's coming back, and I'm very happy about that because this is one of my favorite plants. The spotting on it is just beautiful. Okay, behind that is another, you know, begonia. Dropped all of its leaves, but now it's doing just fine. The new couple there you can see are doing well and look really beautiful. So just in water, I propagated a Beefsteak Begonia. Really cute, just from a leaf cutting in water, again, like I said, and next to that is a Begonia Rubida leaf that I took off of that plant right next to it and stuck in water to see what would happen. Hopefully I get another plant from that. Here, I can't even remember what this one is, but it is a type of begonia. Oh, what is it? I can't remember. But I just recently moved this one in here because, again, most of these I had in my biorb and they were loving it, doing their best, putting out lots of new growth. And then I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I want to switch out and put some new plants in there since these guys are doing so well. I thought I could move them out and they would do fine in the regular world, but that was wrong. The biorb was just too ideal for them. But I had already repotted the biorb, so I didn't want to like go back and redo everything I just did, even though I shouldn't have just did it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so now that's why all of these are in here. I should not have moved them out of the biorb because they absolutely loved it. Okay, and then just in the front here is a Begonia Silver Limbo. By looking at it, you would never know. It's a really, really beautiful variety, and I'm sure it'll grow back just like the rest of these have, and usually do. So yeah, there's my little rehab medical begonia come back to life terrarium. Why did I get rid of my big black canopy bed that I had where I hung a bunch of plants on it? And I don't know, it just didn't fit very well in this room. I loved it in my last house. It fit the room a lot better, but in this one, it made the room feel smaller. Now that we got rid of that and got a new, more simple bed frame, this room feels a lot bigger. I don't know why. Maybe it's because there's like this low hanging fan up here, but it just made the room feel very, very small. So yeah, that's why we switched it out. I still have it. It's down in our guest room and there will be plants on it. I can do a tour of that room if you'd like me to as well. And I'm so happy with the new setup. Love my new mattress. Thank you so much again, Helix. Okay, so now that it has basically turned night while I was filming this, took forever to film this. I don't know why. There's not that many plants. I really, really struggled. That is my bedroom tour. Again, I think it will change over time. So if you notice differences in videos to come or past videos, that's why. I'm constantly rearranging. That's one of the most fun things I find for plants with keeping plants is moving them around. I'm sure they don't like it, but I like it. Maybe I should rethink that. Anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next one. Bye!